Welcome back to Houston Life. A local nonprofit is working to make sure no student falls through the cracks, focusing on real connections, real resources, and real change. From school-based programs to community outreach, Bridge the Gaps is stepping in where support is needed most and inviting the community to be part of the solution. CEO Omar Durham and board member Andrea Krappel are joining us now with more on an upcoming event and also the mission. It's nice to see you. We met you about a year and a half ago. Time is flying. Remind us, Omar, why Bridge the Gaps was created.
Well, Bridge the Gap was created because we felt kids need a reconnection back to education. So what we try to do is just help those kids, empower them to thrive with challenges that they have in going on in school. And we try to bring those things out and plug in and point those challenges so they can be successful.
Andrea, I always say the proof is in the pudding. And when you look at education in the United States, not a great story. When you focus on Texas, it's really kind of depressing. We are not where we need to be. Talk to us about some of the practical ways that Bridge the Gaps is ensuring that we are setting our young people up for success.
Yeah, I mean, we're super active in the community. Omar makes sure that he's present as much as he can be, not just on campuses, but in, local presence. We do things like givebacks when we're doing, sorry, let me start over. We do the Target giveaways, which allows us to really touch the individuals, not just with school supplies, but with other things that are needed. So while our school systems might be lacking slightly, we hope with our presence that we can uplift that, give teacher support as well as the students and families that are also involved.
And oftentimes when a young person is struggling in school, it has nothing to do with like a lack of ability to learn. It's all these other things, all these other real life pressures they're facing. Omar, social media is one of those huge pressures.
Yes, it's a big influence on how these kids react and what they do in school today. So what we do is take these programs, and these programs that we have, every child has a challenge in their home or in their life. So those programs that we have, it kind of fills those gaps that they need to be successful.
When you are on a school campus, I mean, what are some of the things you're seeing or hearing from these young people? What are they worried about? What are some of the obvious gaps that need to be filled?
Reality. They need to be touched in with reality. They think the internet is the truth, the end all be all. So we just try to get them to understand that there's more out there than what they see on that little box.
Real Talk for Real Life. This is a program essentially providing real life scenarios to help these young people navigate situations. Where did the concept for this come from?
That came to fruition with a partner of mine, Mr. Terrence Sampson. So what we do with this program is kind of a conflict resolution portion of our programming, where we take the actual problem, we take a confrontation, and then the person who was involved in the confrontation, and we show kids how it affects both sides, right? How does it affect the person who did a crime? How does the person who was the recipient of a crime, and how their lives may change by their families and how they live the rest of their life through those problems.
So essentially, it's like a role play. So if and when a student is faced with that situation, they know how to respond. They're prepared for it.
Correct.
Andrea, let's talk about the annual Giveback Kickback. So this is coming up in early June. I can see your T-shirt.
Yes.
Giveback Kickback.
Yes.
And this is an interesting concept. So kick is like a play on kicks.
On tennis shoes.
Right? Like the sneakerheads out there. What do you hope to have happen with this event?
Again, for us, what we hope to do is bring awareness, not just the organization, but to those things that are affecting our children and how we can actively be present to help them. Now, whether that's through donations or the physical presence, that's what this event is going to do. So we're hoping to get more people in the door that can actually affect the community the way we are.
And when you say getting more people in the door, this is open to the public.
Yes, absolutely. Open to the public. Would love them to come show up, show off their kicks, but then also support. So I think we're going to put a QR code up that talks about what we're going to do at this event, and they can buy tickets and everything. So that'll be very exciting for them to be able to participate.
I like that we're seeing youth engagement on our screen right now, obviously community support. And providing holiday meals. I mean, this is something that so many people take for granted. They don't think about A hungry student is not well equipped to be learning in schools. So you're trying to eliminate some of these barriers to education.
Yep, and events like this will help with our funding. That leans into our turkey drive. It leans into the scholarships that we're also going to give out at this event. It leans into the end of the year, the beginning of their school year, and then Christmas time as well. So events like this help us to provide more to those who need it.
Let's talk about geography for a minute, because Houston is massive. I mean, it's so big. So how are you able to reach students where they need it most? And what are your hopes for the future of Bridge the Gaps as you continue to grow?
Right now, we're primarily based on the north side, but we do have individuals and students all over that call that need our help. So we're not limited to any side of town. And the benefits later on is we want to grow this component throughout the Houston area.
Well, it's final thoughts for anyone out there who's saying, wow, I didn't realize, first of all, your organization existed, but secondly, acknowledging that there is an issue with our education system right now. What's the first step to getting involved?
Oh, I think for me, it's not just going to our website, but it's actively participating in events like this where you can come out, you can meet those who are involved, you can shake hands, you can see how great the organization is and how big we want to become with their support, thus helping more individuals out there. So the first step for me would be jumping onto the website, joining the Kickback Kickback event. And then from there, if you can't be present and you cannot be there, we also have sponsorships. There's ways to go onto our Amazon lists and donate physical products, shampoo, deodorant, toys. All those things are important to help a student learn.
Okay, Andrea Krappel, Omar Durham, thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for your work in the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I hope your event is a huge success. Mark your calendars and clean your sneakers. The second annual Giveback Kickback is next month. Everything you need to know is on our website, HoustonLife.tv. Look for that scene on Houston Life section.